Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Chat with Christy. So today we're going to be discussing something really important and something I think you will need to know. That is how to raise responsible sons who you don't need to bail out. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the steps to take to ensure that you are not raising an irresponsible son. We live in a world of today where we are having men who are so irresponsible, men who are always being bailed out, men who can stand on their own, men who can take care of their family. And to avoid that, it needs to start from a young age. Whatever you put in your child as a child is what they're going to thrive with when they grow up as an adult. So walk with me on this journey. But first, let me share with you a typical story of a mother who always bailed at the son and ended up suffering for it. Growing up, there was a woman who was always in the business of bailing her son out. This woman has several children. She had several children, and yet she always had to intervene and bail them out when they get into trouble. How did it start? It started from a young age. It was so bad that when the son, who was old enough to even get married, but because he was irresponsible, he smokes, he drinks, he behaves, you know, in an irresponsible manner. And so he always got into trouble, of course. One of those times, he went and defecated in someone's farm, fully farmed. When the farmer saw him, she called him out and was shouting and making case of it. Of course, everyone would do the same. So what happened? The son walked out and behaved like it didn't matter. And then the mom was the one who came and started packing up those feces for the son. You can imagine that level of irresponsibility. Do you know why that woman had to do that? Because she has always been doing it. If you're going to raise a responsible son or a responsible man who will be a blessing to the society, it has to be someone who you have taught how to take responsibility for their own life. It has to be someone who you have nurtured and given a structure that helped him grow up. Now, there are two things your son will need as they grow up. They will need nurture and they will need structure. A woman provides the nurture part because with every woman comes nurture naturally. But for structure, it is a man that is the father of that son who will need to step in to bring about the right structure that will help that son to thrive. If a father is not involved in the life of his son, he will make a mess of their life, except by the intervention of God and another adult in their life. So, if your son is going to be responsible, you have to do these things. First of all, you woman, do not always come to the rescue of your sons. I know we have this in us that makes us want to save our son. Oh, he's in trouble. Let me help him get out of it. It starts with as little as when they use their toys, you, the mother, come to start picking up the toys. Why are you picking up a toy for your child? If a child can use a toy, they should be able to pick it up. As little as 18 months, you can start enforcing it on your child, either male or female, actually. So your son needs to learn from a young age that you are responsible for your own life. I'm not the one that is going to be taking responsibility for your life. You have your own life. So you must take responsibility for it. And what are the ways you can begin to build structure for your child? But before that, let me tell you the consequences of always bailing your children out or not giving them responsibility from a young age. Number one, if you keep bailing your child out, first of all, A boy needs a male figure in their life. Every boy needs the presence of a male figure in their life. It could be their father. If their father is not available, find someone else who will stand in the place of a father in their lives if you want that child to thrive. Never leave out your son to just grow up. Even if you're a single mother, I understand you have a challenge, you're parenting alone, but you should find someone, either a relative or a friend who you can trust, who will mentor that your son and guide him like a father will guide his son so that that child will grow up a healthy man. Now, the next thing you need to know is that if you don't let your children grow and and take responsibility for their life, you're going to be raising entitled children. Oh, you don't want to know about it. Entitled children are the worst kind of children you want to have because they will wear you out. They will feel entitled to you, your money, your relationships, your everything, your life. So if you want your son to be responsible, you have to ensure that they are not going to be entitled children. Don't raise an entitled children. The next thing you need to avoid is raising children who can't tolerate frustration. You know, we are in a world today where any small thing they are feeling frustrated. Oh, I feel frustrated. Oh, I don't know what to do. Frustration is a normal part of life. They should get used to it. They should normalize it. And not for every small frustration, they're already freaking out, they're already panicking, they're already giving up. If you don't raise a child who is responsible, then you are going to be raising children who will feel entitled and who will feel frustrated with every little thing. They cannot tolerate frustration. Once they meet frustration, they give up. The next thing is when your children cannot tolerate delayed gratification. When your children cannot wait or delay gratification, you are on your way to raising a disaster. People that want it now or never. Children who will say, I want it now or someone is going to die. Do you know why we have so many crime in our society today? One of the reasons is people not learning to delay gratification. They don't want to wait. They don't want to give it the time expected, give it the time needed for what they're looking for to come to them. They're just about, oh, this is what I want and I must get it now. One of the things we are particular in raising our children with is to delay gratification because it is a huge lesson. It is delayed gratification that will make you not to buy that particular clothes because you just want to have it right now. It is delayed gratification skill that will help you not to buy a new phone when you can still use the one you have. And that is what you want for your child too. This generation do not tolerate any delay. They want it quick, quick. And you know what comes quick goes quick too. So you want to teach your child how to delay gratification. The next point is when your children don't admit their mistakes, they are going to be irresponsible. Children who want to shy away from their mistakes or not to admit that they made a mistake but always want to prove it right is going to be a disaster. So you want to avoid a child who never admits their mistakes. Children who don't give their best. They just want to do the minimum and just be on the average. There's no need to stress yourself. Don't bother forcing yourself. Don't bother doing your best. Just take it anyhow. That's not right. You need to raise children who are going to be giving their best in whatever they do. The next thing is children who do not give back. Children who just collect. They're just like a lake of water. They just collect and store to themselves. They don't flow out. They don't give back. They don't give back to the society. They don't give back to people. They don't give back to their friends. They don't give back to their family. You are going to be raising a responsible son. Now let's look at how do you begin to raise responsible sons. First of all, you have to allow your children to have a healthy competition. Yes, sons or boys are known to love competition. That is why you see men in more sports than women because they want to, show their strength, exert their power, show that they're the best, going to beat you. Do you know how they fight over football games? I mean, they're even playing it over there. And yet, our brothers in this side will be struggling and killing themselves over a football match. That's to show you the spirit of competition comes naturally to boys. So don't kill that competition. Give them competitive games to participate in, either in the home, in the school, or outside. Let them compete with others. It will help to build their inner strength and their resilience towards life in general. Number two, give them responsibility early. Like I said earlier, start with things as little as allowing them to pick their toys after themselves when they finish playing. Don't say, oh, my son is tired. Let me no. Do not do for your child what they should do for themselves. Teach them how to pick up their toys. Let them not be a liability to other people. That is how we have men who cannot cook and then we excuse it with, hey, she a woman is there now. Who says a man can't cook? Who says a man can't clean up after them? Who says a man cannot wash plate? Who says a man cannot wash clothes? Who says a man cannot do all the things in the home just because a woman is there? So teach your children to take responsibility early. And in this case, your son specifically. The third point is support your boys to face and overcome their fears. Every one of us have fears, but what matters is who has the courage, who has the boldness to face their fears. So help your sons to face their fears and to overcome it. Do not shy them away from it. Don't protect or shield them and say, no, I don't want you to face your fear. Just come, let me help. No, allow your son to face their fears. And when they keep overcoming their fears, it keep building their boldness, it keep building their it keep building their confidence and building their resilience. So they now know, okay, if I overcame that fear, I can also overcome this fear that I'm facing right now. So that is what you want to do for your child. The number four thing you need to do is to model a hero in your son. Model a hero in your son. You, the man, have this responsibility to model a hero to your son. Let your son see you how you help people, how you care for their mother, how you care for their sisters, how you care for your own sisters, your own mother, your own sibling, your friends that are female, and every other person outside. Your soul needs to understand that it is okay to help people. It is very okay and acceptable. So do not model the wrong thing for them because they will also pick up the wrong thing when you do that. So you want to encourage your sons by modeling how to be a hero in their lives. The next point is teach your sons to know God early in their life. It is going to save them so much. We have men who cannot even pray and they are waiting for their wife to pray for them. See, every man has a responsibility of heading his family, being the priest and prophet of his home. So it starts early. When you're teaching your son how to be a true son of God, how to know God for themselves, and not just to be a church goer, not just to be a religious person, but to know God on an intimate level, you're going to be raising responsible sons. The next one is help your son identify a life champion. Help your son identify a life champion. Let them know and see people who are winning in life. Give them those pictures, those images of people who are successful, of people who are champions. It will help your sons to grow up desiring to be a champion. Next point is hold your children accountable. Don't let them to just do and get away with things. Hold them accountable. If they mess up, hold them and say, this is not right. You didn't do this right, and I'm holding you responsible for it. You have to be held accountable. You cannot do things like this and like that. That is how you need to raise your child. And the next and final point is allow your children face consequences for their actions. Do not always say, okay, because I've forgiven you, so you can now do what you like. No, even if your children has apologized, you still need to let them to face the consequences of their action. By that way, you will be raising a son who will become a responsible and wholesome adult, a father, and husband, and brother. I hope this video has helped you today to make better decision on how not to bail out your son. If you enjoyed this video, please like this video, comment on it, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notification button. Until I come your way again, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.